This is the Broke Genius. I want to do a video today on behalf of one of my new patron subscribers. Thank you for the patronage. I actually am going to kind of piss some people off because what I'm going to do is some of the content that I deem worthy of it. I'm going to only give you a short preview of it. Um, it's pretty much just something that I find that now that someone has taken the initiative to actually support me as a patron, I it would be a disservice. I don't care if it's just one person, 10 people. It'll be a disservice to those people to give full content, to give 100% of myself um, without actually having exclusive content for patron subscribers, those that just pretty much decide to patronize me and my videos and my work. It will be a disservice. So um, I will still do live streams. I still will put out public content. That is, you know, what I will continue to do. But certain videos I will put in Patreon. Now, another good thing about Patreon is that basically sometimes content can be raunchy and or explicit in nature and or even controversial and go into other realms as far as just talking about things that are very, very in depth. I can do that comfortably on Patreon because I don't have the problems that I would have on public platforms such as YouTube. So I can with Patreon, the pretty much most of the pretty much all the patrons you have to say is adults. So certain certain I can go a certain depth, take things to a certain level, really, really in depth, as well as how can I say, I could put pretty much anything for the most part that I want on Patreon, um, without having to worry about YouTube or whatever. Because YouTube, for example, YouTube does not allow any type of pornographic nudity, anything related to sex or um, raunchy, even explicit pics. They don't they don't allow that. Okay, so certain sides about myself, whatever, as far as certain things about myself, I pretty much do not leave in the public sector or public arena. With Patreon, I will be more um, comfortable putting that content out there, putting putting those things out there in Patreon because you know basically I could do it without any reprisal. A lot of times it's just you can't do certain things, with YouTube. So you can't. I know for a fact. Um, being on YouTube for over 5 years, and even longer. Certain explicit content they just they don't allow at all. They're very conservative with that. With Patreon, I can put in a lot of content. So I definitely will give you bang for your buck. Shout out to my new Patreon subscriber, and he this video is primarily for him. because he is a market guy. Um, he, pretty much, you could just probably look at a few of my videos. You probably know who he is, but I'm gonna do this video for him. And if you want to get the full content, definitely check my Patreon out. I will give you some sneak peeks of how to make some money, how to fully uh, enjoy making multiple streams of income. So, without further ado, let's get to the video. So, 5 things I've learned from 10 years of online trading. So, I would say let's start from number 5. Scanners scanners can find good opportunities uh, for basically good setups and good opportunities. I'll show you, for example, what I use for my scanners. I'll share my screen and show you what I use for this purposes of basically finding setups. Now, it's a few options that you can use. This is just what I use. So basically, I use Yahoo Finance. They also have a premium version, but I don't necessarily use that. I use just the free version. You go to save screeners here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, and this is gonna be a part 2 video too, because it's more things that I've learned in 10 years. I'll get up to about 10. Um, it's quite a bit. Might even be a part 3, but this is pretty much what I use for stock screening. I also use TD Ameritrade as well. They have a pretty good screener as well. Thinkorswim, their Thinkorswim platform. So, some of these are automated, where as far as they already came with the with Yahoo Finance. So, for example, stock losers, stock winners, ETFs, most volume, um, those came with the actual Yahoo Finance by default. So the stock screeners that I set up myself is I set up this one here. I set up penny stocks. Okay, and I'll show you what I did. So basically it shows about 94 penny stocks. Okay, these are penny stocks. And I'll get to the method of what I use to as far as when I buy penny stocks, because I just look at penny stocks really. I really look at it. A lot of them are OTC stocks, which means over the counter pink sheets stocks. So you have to charge the broker fees are involved with penny stocks. So like with TD Ameritrade, I'm charged at least $7 for the brokerage fees for every OTC stock that I trade or buy. So you go to edit here. So I just put the parameters less than 99 cent, small, mid, large cap, mega cap. So caps is just basically how big the company is, how much capital they have. So I put in a net income greater than 5, total debt less than 0.5. The reason I do this, I mean, you know, I just looked at it like, well, a company A company is going to have some debt, lot especially a penny stock company. So I changed that. I put that in to just kind of like weed out the results because I would get so many results if I changed this and made it higher. So I don't want to look at all the penny stocks. Like I'm not like, trying to warehouse penny stock companies or whatever. I just want to get some of the ones that are very you know, they don't have that much debt and their income, they actually making income. So those two things are kind of very important to me. Um, and it weeds out a lot of the other companies. Now you can add filters. Like these are all of the filters that you can. These are premium. You can't add these because you have to pay for premium service. But a lot of these stuff, a lot of these things, I don't really even understand what they are. Like ultimate Z score and all this other things. But um, you could change. You could add in all of these things like volume at the end of the day, 52-week price high. All of these things you see here, you can add. Total capital. All of these options here you can use as far as what you want your parameters to be and how you want um when they scan what to look for as far as the parameters of what you want to look for in a company. And all of these, it's even more further than that. I mean, you can go as deep as you want to go with this. I mean, it's a lot of things that you could put in here. So this is just one of them. So the screeners I use, the reasons why I say the screeners help you find good opportunities, because like for penny stocks, what I use is I call it the fish trapping method, like or just trapping method. I just buy penny stocks. Like I buy, and I'll get to like um other the reasons why. Like I buy as many as I can, as far as like 1,000 or more, and then I just set the trap and I let it go. Like I just buy them and just see what they do. Like right now, for example, let me show you because I set up um TD Ameritrade to show to with my TD Ameritrade account. So I'll show you, for example, what I did. Let me see here. Go back to Yahoo Finance. So, um, TD Ameritrade here, I I bought this company here, Patriot Gold. So with this one, and then let me also say, I am not a financial analyst. I do not have any fiduciary responsibilities with any clients. I'm not a part of any brokerage companies, or I'm not a licensed trader by the SEC. This content is just for educational purposes, or just as far as just entertainment. It is not for to be taken literal. Please exercise your own due diligence. Consult someone that is someone that has fiduciary responsibility, such as a broker, if you want to really, really find um, viable trading advice. And also, no matter what, always make sure you mitigate your risks, as well as do not trade money, trade with money that you need right now for your living expenses. Okay, so now that we got that out there, so basically this is an OTC stock. This is a gold stock, Patriot Gold Corp. So as you can see, the markets are down. The markets have been down and up. That's pretty a lot of times how the market is, but the market has been down a lot because um, basically we're still in pretty perilous times as far as when it is concerned with this pandemic, as well as other factors such as China trade tensions and also high unemployment rates, and other factors such as racial unrest, societal unrest in the United States. So all of these, and I'll get to that, play a factor. It plays a role in why the stock market is down, but overall it's down. And I'm gonna get to like I'm gonna probably in a part two. I'm gonna show you, you know, certain ways that I can predict what where the market is going just by glancing at a few ETFs and a few and just yeah, pretty much the ETF. It's a combination of the ETFs as well as the market going a certain direction. But I'll get to that in part two. But basically, when the market goes gold, which means it goes toward the market going bottoming out, the S&P 500, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the Russell. What typically happens is they start dumping everything in the gold. Okay, so right now, let's look at gold. Gold is high. Okay, typically gold goes higher when people are just trying to find a safe haven. So yeah, I bought quite a few shares of this stock here, um, and I made a little bit of money with that setup with that trap method. I just pretty much just bought a whole bunch of shares because I kind of predicted that the market was going to be down for a while. So I made a little money with that. My account is very small, so it's the money that I do make is not it's not as much. But I bought quite a few shares. That's what I meant by the trap method. But yeah. So going back to the screeners, I'll just show you in it just for a glance. So I have screeners that show like basically where things are what I want to as far as companies. So I got penny stocks, I got FANG stocks, oil, gold, autos, housing, banks, undervalued. And then, for example, I don't have to look at all of these. What I could do is just I can just go to gold, for example, my gold screeners. And what I could do is I could go to heat view map to the right. If I just want to just overall just see where things are now. Um, so the market is like, yeah, okay, there it goes. So as you can see, with gold, with the stocks that I chose, it's mixed. It's mixed as far as some of these companies are below. They're have made losses, and some of them are green. So the one I chose, the company I chose, definitely green. Let's go back to gold, for example. I mean oil. Let's see here. Let's still, it's right here. Okay. So oil, same. Just you could just go click to heat view map, and this is not oil overall. This is just the the stocks that come up in your screener. Okay. So, as you can see, the companies, some of them are high. So, this one here, this is some like foreign company. It's at $7.21. It's up um 6.39%. So that's one of the leaders as far as the stocks that that comes up in the screener. So this is just example of what you use. This is why screeners, or I say screeners, can help. They are good to find opportunities. So I'm not gonna make this long. Let's go back 3,000.